Model 3 test builds may be coming really soon, a 70D mule is in the wild, and the Tesla Map software gets a super update. Here are your Tesla tidbits for February 9th, 2017. We start with some for reals Model 3 news coming out of Reuters and Electrek. If true, this is some phenomenal news. Electrek has an exclusive first that Fremont is going to, quote, pause production, end quote, this month for a week to retool the factory for Model 3. During the downtime, the paint plant will also be updated as well. Regarding the downtime, Tesla said, quote, during this time, we plan to add capacity to the existing paint shop so that it is ready for Model 3 and perform general maintenance on other factory equipment, end quote. Electrek found a permit related to the paint plant, saying that the retool seems to be related to the Model 3 fascia assembly equipment removal. Sources have also told Reuters that Model 3 test production will begin this month on February 20th. This would potentially mean that the company has all it needs to begin mass production and is simply testing the process to ensure it can ramp up. If this is the case, it means suppliers have not only hit, but annihilated the impossible deadline. This would be huge news right before the earnings release on the 22nd. It's a near certainty that the company will again be in the red for Q4 2016, as well as for the full year, and being able to send a signal that everything is on time for production as planned would be enormous. It would blunt the effect of this negative earnings news and possibly even send the stock shooting higher than it already is, having cracked the $260 mark today. But that's not all. We're only aware of 2 Model 3 prototypes currently roaming the streets, the silver and matte black cars from the reveal. However, Electrek has learned that a Model 3 70D test mule is in service. Tesla unfortunately had no comment for this, saying, quote, Tesla hasn't released further details on battery options for Model 3, end quote. All this news certainly makes this whole process begin to feel real finally after nearly a year of waiting. Lastly tonight, Electrek reports on a feature that has been long requested has arrived on maps. Now, when searching for superchargers on the nav screen, the number of vehicles using those chargers is displayed. Now, the curious thing is whether it can reroute you based on this data. Maybe you have equidistant chargers and one is more full than the other or completely full. The nav system could automatically reroute you so you can do a splash and dash of electricity and get on your way, but this was not immediately apparent from what we have seen so far. Hopefully, we'll get to see something about this in the near future. Check out the links to today's full stories in the show description. If you get some value out of the show, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. Thanks to super patrons John Waltower, Drew Schuyler, and Cookie UK for their support at the $10 plus level. Also, thanks to the couple of folks that have upped your pledges recently. I see you guys out there, and I really appreciate it. Of course, if you have nothing extra to spare, that is just fine. You can still support the show for free with positive reviews and by spreading word of the show. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits. That's all for today. I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.